Ugh. You know, nothing like starting off the street with a nice big yawn, right?
We were
Oh yeah,
just
high class stuff going on here.
Ugh. All right, so what'd you guys do last week?
fought two owlbears.
Kingdom turn.
Well, we tried to recruit the owlbears. Um,
Didn't work very well.
yeah,
It did.
and then they came to play at our show. Hootie and the Blowbears.
God, yes. Sweetie and the Bears. I despise everything that happened last week. It was great.
It was great.
So awesome.
That was so good. And we're catching up on like 6 years of like Kingdom turns, apparently.
Oh, I know, right?
You know, we still have to finish our waterfront here. So we put a black market in,
Mm-hmm.
uh, some sort of crooked ass tower, so Rian can move out of the haunted library.
Wait, haunted? Since when?
Yeah, there's a couple dead bodies in there. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Dead bodies and haunted don't mean the same thing.
I don't know. Every ghost show that I've watched in the last 2 hours has said if there's dead bodies, there are ghosts.
Can you guess what he's been doing for the last 2 hours?
Okay
I've
then.
been researching. You know,
I am horrified, and thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna now take a shower for a very long time. That's me talking.
turnips.
Being attacked.
There are 140 bells.
Sweet.
Come to my island.
What the?
Goddamn nerds.
Open that shit up.
Oh my god.
Oh, we can have a turnip. We can have a black market turnip ring.
So if they sell for 140, what if we sell them for 150?
That's the whole
How
thing.
the stock market works.
Because I know how the fucking stock market works. What do you want from me?
The turnip market, man.
Just imagine the stock market, but that it also can rot and expire. And then you get nothing.
But also, it's being like you're getting like run around by tanukis too.
I like Tanukis. I don't like that particular Tanuki. He's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
But fair.
Yeah, some sort of weird racket that he has. He's like, come colonize my island, but I'm gonna make you pay for everything.
Join my island because I said so, and no, you have no choice in the matter. Also, here, I'll give you a loan with insane interest rates. Goodbye.
Goodbye. But you can walk it off by collecting shells and giving them to this owl that we've also kidnapped.
You have a weird business model, and I'm not sure what to do with it.
But
Guys
you
are
get the
a bunch of
fish.
haters.
So on that note,
Yep.
when
Do you remember
is
what the last thing was that happened last week?
no?
Was there an event?
We got food.
Oh
I
yeah, we
thought it
got
had
lots
to do
of
with
food.
Brad Burtis's sister. But
Oh right.
maybe I'm wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
That's the last thing that happened that I know.
Lily came to talk to me.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Correct.
Lily found you in the tavern with something to tell you.
And then
About
we
the tavern?
faded to black.
It's a
And then, yeah. So, Rian, what are you up to right now?
Probably in my new sick ass tower.
Cool.
It's crooked.
Yes, that's probably the point. Shay, what are you up to right now?
I am lurking in the tavern, drinking like a cool bitch.
Perfect.
What's fair?
So Lily sits down next to you, Rad. And she says, "We have a problem."
Oh shit. Was it the owlbear or was it the dog?
No, it's not a problem here. It's a problem in Brevoy.
Oh shit. It seems like a real problem. I'll look over to the bartender and I'll wave him over and I'll point to Lily and have him bring out a nice glass of wine.
Thank you.
So what's wrong?
So you know how Mary and I and you in the past have traveled around to recruit people into our, for lack of a better word, gang? Or our organization?
Yeah, I mean, you put it so well. Mary just calls it the gang, but yeah. I like to call it a freedom force, but yeah.
Yeah. And we've been doing this for how many years now?
Oh,
13, 14 years?
13, 14 years, and I don't know. Doesn't seem like we're getting very far. On a
Do you
lot
know
of things.
why we're not getting very far, Redbirtus?
Not enough booze?
Because every time we recruit someone,
Uh-huh.
someone keeps killing them off. And she hands you a list.
Oh. How many people are on this list?
It is now in your journal.
Hooray! My murder list.
Okay.
I mean, it's a list of people who've been murdered.
A list of people who've been murdered, how long ago it was, what city they were in, and what I was told by the locals was their cause of death.
Magical mishap?
Yeah, nobody could actually tell me. That was the only thing I got out of like 3 people who just kind of shrugged and walked away.
Gosh.
Hence the quotation marks.
Yeah. All of these were amazing people. Do we have any idea? Do you think she got in somehow and is systematically going through us?
I don't know who's doing it, but it definitely seems to be on purpose. Like, once in a while, somebody having an accident and dying in a weird way is regrettable, but understandable. There are too many people on this list.
Yes. Were they on any special assignment? Like maybe tailing someone or getting too close to something?
No. Do you know what most of these people did? They were just safe house people. They were just the people that you would go to be taken care of. Not a dangerous thing, not a disruptive thing, just really nice people.
Hmm.
Sounds to me Rad's a bad guy. Getting
So
people in.
they're targeting the people that we trust, that we've helped. How many people have we helped on this list?
What do you mean by that? You mean that got something out of us first before they joined? Or
Yeah, like if we've did something on their behalf or
We helped a couple of them out of a tight spot at one point, but
Okay.
these were the type of people where when we asked around town about finding help with something, these are the people that just townspeople would say, go talk to that person. They'll probably help you with whatever you need help with, just by default.
Looks like she's trying to well, yeah. It would be safe to say that the queen is trying to make a move against us, I guess. Do you have any other what's your do you have an inkling on that?
I I don't. I mean, only one of these even had some sort of like resolve to it. Like everything is either an accident or like an unsolved murder, except for one, and everything else just seemed to
Yeah.
be too convenient, really.
Bandits. Rock slide. The one that kind of stands out to you, is it the bandits one? Oh wait, no.
I assumed the bandits was
Hmm.
they were walking down the road and then they ended up dead.
Um, what about the dueling accident?
A dueling accident in Rostov, like the home of the duelists.
Yeah, it seems convenient.
It is definitely like the one town where somebody died in a dueling accident isn't surprising to anyone.
Yeah.
If you go to High Delve and you die in a duel, you'll probably be the talk of the town for the next 30 years.
Mm-hmm. People disappeared. Mhm. And there's only one solved murder on this list.
Yep.
How was it solved?
I mean, I didn't dig around about that one. The locals said somebody went to jail for it, and I moved on to the next town.
Yeah, so may want to figure out who that person is. What's the one that popped out to you?
Uh, where's it? It was.
Fishing incident. It's weird.
Really, I think the one that might just be normal is the heart attack. But,
Mm-hmm.
like, with a list this long and this consistent, I am kind of worried that they have something to do with that. But I don't know how you would do that on purpose.
I mean, there are plenty of herbs that could, uh, you know, um, mimic what a heart attack does. Were any of these people followers of Caden?
There was a couple. I know Tinos from Eagles Watch was, as
Mhm.
well as Rosalia from Winter Break. Those were years apart.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, this is really concerning.
Yeah.
With the two this year,
Mm-hmm.
got a lot in Restov. Not gonna lie. But with the two this year, um, I don't know. It may be. We may have to look into it a little deeper, I guess.
Really, I think whoever's doing this got lazy the last 2 years. Like, a lot of them for a while were like believable almost.
Yeah.
And then the last five, 3 murders and 2 disappeared.
Yeah.
It's like they don't care about hiding it anymore.
No. I wonder if we can call them out. I wonder if we can get the word out to the rest of our active um, crew members um, to watch over our safe houses and wherever they are.
Yeah, I
And
will make some rounds and see if I can do that.
I kind of want to hunt them down, see what's going on, see what if or what there's a connection to the queen. Are there any other groups, um, any other resistant groups that have experienced the same thing?
Not that I've noticed, but we are the largest one and the easiest to notice. So, generally speaking, anything that happens resistance wise, whether or not we do it, is blamed on us.
Well, I mean that's a good and bad thing, but
These people would disagree with you.
yeah. Well, it's a very bad thing for all of these people. Um, I wonder if it would be a good idea to see if we can maybe reach out to the other groups, the other resistance groups, and see if we can garner allies. Maybe, I think it would be a good idea if we can ask them to watch not only their backs, but our backs, and, um, you know, obviously our crew would definitely do the same. I wonder if it would be. I guess the hard thing is like it's hard to see if there's a pattern. Are they like tracking movements? Is there like a progression? Like they're in one part of the area for one part of time, and they go back and forth, or um, did did anything else like link them together? Did they occur like at particular type times of years, or was there like a large historical event or festival or something going on when these people disappeared? Any sort of.
I can see if I can scrounge up that information, but some of them will be a little harder than others, considering the age. In my first pass, I was just trying to get the bare bones knowledge to even put this together, so
Yeah.
I can do some digging when I make my rounds again and try to talk to the resistance groups.
Yeah. Do you need help? Do you need backup? Do you want me to go with you? I know Mary's around town somewhere. She's probably at the smithy trying to just, I don't know, earn her way, or I don't know if she's in town. We just returned a couple of weeks ago.
I'll find her. Don't worry about it. I'm sure she'll be happy to help.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially after seeing the list, she will definitely be happy to help.
Mm. Do you want me to come?
I mean, we'd cover more ground faster, but I know what you're doing here is also important. But also, if you're here, I can send people here if they don't feel safe wherever they are.
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea. We'll have them stay here in the Cathedral Tavern.
Yeah.
And probably put them in. Does the Cathedral Tavern have like an underground, like catacombs or like a basement and stuff?
Probably.
All right. You know, just we'll hide them away if there's plenty of room for them in this building to take sanctuary. Um, also, the Desna clerics are here as well. So, um, the, if they need any sort of practical spiritual guidance, don't laugh. You love our deity.
I do, but I'm laughing at practical.
But God, is he fun though?
He is.
Has he spoken to you lately?
No. He's been quiet as of late.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's as worried about this as we are.
Maybe we should do something about that. I wonder if we can. I wonder if before you go, we can do a see if we can reach out. Maybe we can ask Mary and any other followers to, I don't know, do a ritual. I don't know if I have magic powerful enough, but I'm sure that if we pray the right way and imbibe, we could probably connect with him somehow.
Sometimes I wonder about you, Redbirdus.
You know, Mom always said I was the sensitive one. But yeah, maybe we can figure something out. I hope that and the bastard owes me another duel anyway. You know,
Uh, I'm sure he would be more interested in the duel than some crazy magic ritual.
it's true. Oh my gosh, I've been trying to have this fire festival for like weeks now, and the brass keeps locking me out. But you know what? Why don't we
Something practical application.
something? I don't know. Someone didn't fill out a form and didn't get stamped or something. That's probably what it is. Nothing about the thatched roofs everywhere in town.
Certainly not.
I wonder if we throw a really great rager, a great party in his honor. Maybe he'll show up then.
Maybe he will, to enjoy the party.
True. Then we can corner him.
I'm sure that would go perfectly fine.
Yeah, depends. As long as we're having a good time, he's having a good time. Strike up a little conversation. You know, um, we'll have to break out the rare old stocks. How much fancy wine do you have left?
Me personally?
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna come, we gotta at least offer him some good stuff.
I mean, I think I have like 2 bottles that I was saving.
Well, if you can make a
I don't-
donation,
I don't go like walking around with a bunch of bottles of wine everywhere.
wait, you don't?
No.
I just reach into like the bag of holding and like pull out like a random bottle. We raided this dude's castle, and I don't know what vintage this is, but I give it to her. That's probably pretty good.
It probably is pretty good.
It's expensive.
But not all of us go ransacking rich people's houses for wine on a daily basis.
Didn't ransack. We liberated a whole settlement, and we kicked out the despots. So we took their stuff.
How much of this have I heard?
I'm sure Rad doesn't try to be quiet at any point. So probably a good chunk.
Sweet. I'm gonna roll up upon mention of the fine wines.
Oh, Shay, how are you doing?
Good.
This
Tell
is,
me about the whole story with the whole liberating the town thing, but you did not mention that you had a bag of fine wine.
Of course
Oh.
he didn't. He wanted to keep it for himself.
Classic Rad.
Listen, this is 5 years worth of what's the equivalent of Christmas in this world, GM?
Of what?
Christmas.
Winter solstice.
Probably
Winter
doesn't.
mist.
Is it Krampus Eve?
Krampus Eve.
Krampus tide.
I like winter mist. It's better.
Winter
Let's
mist.
see. Holidays. Holidays and festivals. Month of the year. Let's see. The 12th month of the year. Okay, is there anything in that month? Yes. So there is a winter solstice. And then
Winter bloom.
is called something different based on either where you are or your god of
Choice.
choice.
Seems like the Christmas for Rad that would be the Ascension Day.
Oh yeah. When's the
Oh,
next?
Probably.
fuck.
Yeah.
It's
It is
Ascension
earlier in
Day.
that month too, so
Yeah.
that is the
Oh,
11th.
Yeah. This is 5 years of Ascension Day gifts here. Okay. But Shay, this is my sister Lily. Lily, this is Shay. She's
Nice to meet you, Shay.
you
Charmed.
may actually have seen her around Brevoy.
She punches things.
It's true. She's
I do.
uh,
I'm
she's
not there, by
quite
the way.
apt in hand-to-hand combat, and she is curious about what we're doing here in Aelandia. So she's proven to be a great ally, at least to my group. Um, and I hope that I hope that she finds the kingdom interesting.
Interesting.
I do.
Okay.
I do find it interesting. I spent the first couple of months really just taking notes and observing. I've never I've never been in a kingdom that was built in, just a handful of years like this. So it's all very interesting the way that it's run and the power structure and the people that run it, and it's all very interesting.
It's surprising what you can do when you start at the beginning instead of trying to enact change in a 1,000+ year old kingdom.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Things that are that old, they seem immovable.
Is that a
Yeah.
dreaming dog?
It is.
I was gonna say that sounds like a half awake Bork.
Yep.
It is a bork. It's a very cute bork.
Work.
So where are you from, Shay?
Oh, the Eastern Lands. House Medvide.
The land of punches.
I see. I see.
Do I know anything about that? Well, I think I already made this roll. But do I recognize anything about the house?
I mean, you would know like basic
Yeah.
information about the house just automatically.
Yeah. But anything like extra. Like
Anything extra?
their feelings towards the established power, um, or if
I
there's
mean,
like a
there's stuff that you've
sympathizers.
yeah, nothing specific
Okay.
that didn't come from uh, Shay herself recently.
Yeah.
I like maps.
And what is it that you do?
Well, I, along with Rad and our other sister Mary, do sort of underground freedom fighter stuff in Brevoy under
Respect.
the Spoon Ears.
The Spoon Ears?
Yep.
You gotta tell me the story behind that.
Well, um, it was a name that we were often called by the human kids in the streets of Brevoy because we're half elves. So
That's
this
fucked
is
up.
this is more of a stick it to them name.
So are your fighters all elven?
No, no. We're just a mix. Little. Well, we're a little bit more organized than when we first started out. We're not as ragtag as what we were before. But anything to be a thorn in the side of the monarchy. I think part of the venture for the kingdom here is to, in an intentional way, rally the noble houses
Yeah.
and, for the greater cause. So
I mean, I'm all in on that.
yeah, well, that's why we need people to go back to their houses and talk to them.
We
See,
need people to go back to their houses and talk to them.
sort of like an emissary. Um,
Oh, like recruiting?
yeah, like recruiting. We want to see if we can get stronger houses on our side. You know.
Well, considering as I came here to form a resistance group and recruit you, it's probably only fair that I don't know, you put me on your list of spooniers. Right? Like if you're part of my resistance group, I'm probably part of yours if we're resisting the same thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we want to do.
Nice.
Next step is to see what other groups are out there. Actually, we were talking to Lily about this a little bit. See what groups are out there
Mm.
and see if we can compare notes and coordinate better.
Well, you can send people into the eastern lands, but I would keep it real quiet. The houses, I mean, we're a speck, you know? Like in the grand scheme of things, nobody cares about the hill lands and the people out there. And, you know, if anyone knew that there was resistance forming there, we would get squashed. I mean, that's why I came here. This place is huge.
Easy to hide.
I mean, easy to hide, but also an alliance like that, you know, it'd make our house feel less small, I guess. But there are definitely people that are interested in the cause, and you could probably drum up some interest, but you'd have to be real quiet about it.
Well, maybe I can send someone who's a little bit more subtle. We'll have to go through my list. It's a very short list. Mary is definitely not on it. But
Mary,
there's
your sister?
yes, she's my other sister. I don't know if you've seen a gunslinger around. Wears
Yeah.
a very large musket on her
Yeah, I've
back.
been here a while now, and she's not subtle.
Nope, not allowed.
But why isn't she part of your group?
Oh, she's a part of the group. I'm just not sending her to be subtle to go and recruit people.
Oh, that list.
She's
Got
not
it.
on the subtle list.
Got it.
But there's probably someone that I could send. What kind of trade does the Eastern Lands part- participate in?
I mean, it's mostly agricultural. Lots of goats and sheep and goat's milk and sheep's milk and goat's cheese and sheep's cheese and you know, woodworking and things of that nature.
Hmm. Well, maybe we can. We could use some nice cheeses here in the kingdom.
I mean, protein will do you good.
Yeah. Well, we'll send over under someone over under the guys, and actually set something up because that sounds delicious. There's a really good ale that I'm working on that I'm trying to like pair with something like creamy, like a cheese.
Best
So
way to do it.
you know, it's the food
I
that
mean,
drives the drink.
I was raised on beer and cheese, and look at me.
I mean, you could punch a dragon out of the sky, so that's
I almost did.
the limit.
Wait, did he tell you about the dragon?
He did not tell me
Right.
about the dragon.
Oh yeah.
So our nemesis, Carl. He's an ancient adult black dragon that has this weird thing for cutting off people's hands and turning it into a large necklace. It's pretty
I don't
gross.
think you have to say ancient adult black dragon. There's no such thing as an ancient baby black dragon.
I don't know. I'm not a dragon. I don't know their hierarchy. I want to roll for dragon family tree knowledge.
Pretty sure that's Arcana.
Pretty sure that's a no.
So I don't change it at all. Ancient adult black dragon.
Mm.
Uh,
Hey, where's Rian?
I
He
don't know.
likes wine. He likes
he-
wine more than any of us. Why isn't he getting in on this?
I don't know. I just shoot a glance at Lily. Do you think he likes wine more than you?
Probably not. Maybe specific wines he likes more than I do.
It's true. He's got this gross stuff from.
Certainly likes wine more than any tiefling I've ever met.
It's true. He's
How
a
many tieflings have you met?
None.
one,
So that's like
two.
Ah, one of those technically true moments. Got it.
God. Well, out of the two
yes.
tieflings I know,
I'm worried that you have now unmet Rianne, but okay. And also Thana?
but also
Oh.
him.
But
Thana,
also Thana?
Yeah. Nope.
Don't know either of them.
and
The fact that you've been adventuring with one of them for about 6 months now,
Olivia.
and
Well,
And
obviously
Olivia.
she was saying none other than Rianne.
What is Olivia?
But
do?
yes, she did meet Thana and Olivia, so
Human?
just
No,
a
she's-
handful.
Olivia's a
But none
tiefling.
of them
Cheapest.
like wine.
Yeah, Thana's more of an ale. Ale and shoot him with an arrow.
Thana's more of a, if you judge me, I will stab you in the eye with my arrow.
Yeah.
Give me a hug. Stab!
I wouldn't wager there's many people willing to tell Thana what she isn't.
It's true. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go find Rianne. Hang on a second.
Okay.
He's in his tower.
She's gonna go track you down.
He comes
So
down and he's like, "What? What's up?"
Apparently, whenever you guys freed the Patax town, you stole a bunch of wine, like really good wine.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Why wasn't that told about? Hold the fuck on. And he runs
Anyway,
upstairs.
there's like a stash of really good wine, and Rad is cracking into it. So I thought you'd want to know.
He runs upstairs, grabs a couple of bottles on his own, runs back downstairs. I'm like, okay, let's do this.
I'll bring him back to the tavern.
all right. So within the middle of the cathedral, where like I guess the courtyard of all of the taverns faced at one
Mhm.
point. I guess there's like a little, sort of like a. It's not a shitty stage, but it looks like it's definitely like a last minute thought. It's sort of like the main worship area.
So the amphitheaters at most high schools kind of just tossed together at the end.
True, but it also has a bar.
So like the amphitheater.
The
at most
bar
high
is
schools.
really nice.
Right, the bar is phenomenal, but the stage that it's on is like rickety as shit. So
Cans.
Rad is in the middle, and he's like, "Well, tonight we celebrate by offering a little bit of our best." And I put like a really nice It's a very small like cask down. It has like ornate carvings in it, so it's like my private stash that I brewed. Uh, one of Lily's bottles that if she's willing to give up, and one of the fancy wines that I pull out of the bag. So we hope to drink alongside Caden, and if he doesn't come, we're gonna have a hell of a good time anyway. And I sort of like kick off the party.
Rand walks in and is like, "The hell is happening?"
I told you, man.
Hey, Brienne,
Yo,
did you see the wine that we got from that castle? Look,
no.
and I pull out another
If I had
random one.
known about that, it would not have existed anymore because I would have probably drank it by now.
True. I pull out a blue dusty bottle and hand it to him. I
Okay.
don't know what this is, but it's wine at least. I think.
He kind of looks it over real quick, and he's just checking it out and seeing how good it actually is. Like, yeah, yeah, okay, this'll work. This'll work. I will ante up one of mine, and he brings one of his chili accent bottles out.
Hey,
Nice.
awesome. So I bring him over to Lily and say, Lily, this is our spy master. Is it all right if I give him the list?
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're gonna need some help with our with tracking these folks, getting clues on the nature of their said demises. Our little group of spooniers have a small network of people who help us. These are just like regular folks that either offer up some information or a place to stay or healing or food or something.
The list should now be in your journal.
I'm looking at it right now. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah. The list is too long.
Of course,
And if,
11 years.
yeah.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
And I think Lily made a really good point. Over the past couple of years, whoever's doing this is getting lazy or sloppy or bored. So we might are gonna have Lily's gonna go ahead with Mary, and then possibly once we scrounge out, maybe if we scrounge out some clues, we can go and meet them. But
Okay.
this
See,
this is
I,
not
I
good.
don't, I don't know. I mean, lazy or sloppy or bored. I mean, that is definitely a possibility. Um, or they could be trying to announce their presence because I mean they've been doing it for 11 bloody years, and now it's just like, okay, well, I think they're finally in their end game of what they're doing. Could be they get them lazy, or they may have something planned and they want to actually do something about it.
Hmm. Don't like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always try to assume the worst and hope for the best post haste. So either they want to be found, or they're just stupid. And it's never safe to assume stupidity when it comes to murder.
Anyone? You think that this is all the same person that's doing this?
What do you think, Lily?
Uh, I mean, without so few of them, I could even get them to admit that it was a murder.
Fair.
I assume that the same person is behind all of them. I don't know if the same person did the actual killing.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to assume additional individuals, just due to the wide birth and spread of these individuals that have passed. And generally speaking, there's modus operandi when it comes to these problems.
Any
And the fact that they're so very different, it could be that it's just a number of individuals working together for the same end goal.
can I take a look at that?
Sure. Hand her the list.
The list.
The list should now be accessible.
This is starting with 11 years ago. Got it. Stone climb. Regular.
I don't know. It just seems to be.
Yeah.
It's too clean of a list for it to be accidents, obviously. It's too sporadic for it to be one individual, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I have been wrong with these things in the past. But there's a lot here.
Shay's gonna look at Lily. Where did you get this information?
What do you mean?
Like, did you do this research by yourself?
Yes, I know who works for us, and I went to each of these places, and when I was unable to locate the people I was looking for, I had to ask around and figure out what happened to them.
So you're telling me that Kiara Latia was a spoonier?
Yes.
You know her?
I did.
How?
Like, I mean, we were really close friends, actually.
I'm sorry.
That was the one of the murders that was solved.
Yeah. I mean, solved is it's maybe not the best term to use.
do you mean?
Someone was charged with it.
Someone was assigned responsibility, sure.
Fair.
But you don't think that person actually did it?
I wonder.
Mm.
I mean, framing is always another easy way to get another, how do we say, problem out of the way.
Framing.
hmm In the ye olden days when I worked at Cheliax, if there was heat on one of my men for doing something, um, we would find either a rival gang member or a politician that we were not very fond of and make them out to be the culprit. It's a lot easier than you think.
All right. Sorry, I have to go find Corna.
Understandable.
Have you seen her?
Last I saw her, I think she was by the library.
Can I take this with me? Or maybe I'll just bring her here.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get here, we'll go to a quieter booth, I guess.
Maybe could we all go to the library? Because I'm sorry, but when Corna sees this, it's not going to be the sort of thing that one wants to do in public.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Rian very consciously make sure to grab a couple of bottles of wine as they leave.
True.
Yeah, let's go track down Corna.
You do not find her in the library.
Last I saw her there.
Just start asking around wherever Corna is.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd the creepy lady go?
Somebody
there.
saw her go back to her room.
Okay.
To the inn.
She stays in the castle.
To the castle.
Yeah, I'll stay in the castle.
Yeah, we stopped having people stay in the inns when you guys stopped treating me like I'm some kind of lost dog.
Wait, we stopped doing that?
I keep leaving treats by his door, but he just doesn't take them anymore.
Is that why I always end up with rats nearby my door? Fuck you guys.
Oh, that's where the rats are going.
Corna.
So as you walk down the hall to her room, you smell something very familiar.
Smell something?
As you walk down the hall, you are just punched directly in the face by sandalwood and spice.
By what?
Sandalwood and spice.
Fuck. Yeah, I'll go up and knock on the door.
What is that smell?
Incense.
Go away.
We need to talk
Today,
today.
we've been avoiding each other for 9 months and you want to talk today.
I have some new information has come to light. About
And
Kiara.
the door's open.
I'll open the door.
And she is getting up off the floor. And she is facing away from you. As she puts her hair up in a ponytail. And she's just in a chest wrap and shorts and a pair of socks. Just hanging out in her room. But this is the first time you've seen her not in full clothing.
Me?
Anyone. But yes, specifically you. Since 13 years ago. Swimming in the river. And you see the scars that are on her face and her neck continue down her back, down her arms, on her hands, across her chest and her stomach. And there's a couple on her legs, but for the most part, they're pretty unmarked. And as much teasing as you did back in the day, when she used to work at the temple as a scribe, you would poke her and then compare muscles with her. Today's Corna is built like a runner. It's all lean muscle. And she turns around and looks at you. And she is wearing a locket around her neck. And there are 2 gold rings on it. And she's not wearing the amulet that keeps her awake all night. That looks like it has been thrown angrily in the corner.
Yeesh. Then,
And she looks at you and goes, "What does that even mean?"
I'm sorry. Do you want to like put a robe on or sit down? I have this company and the stuff that I have to say is disturbing.
She goes and she puts a shirt on. Sits down on the bed. Company?
Yeah, and I'll like wave Brad and Rhiannon and Lily into the room.
Hello.
Hello.
See,
Hi.
I just
We
whispered.
got wine.
I just whispered to Lily, the best of my abilities, so no one else hears, and say, "See, other worshippers don't need to wear pants."
You think she was worshipping?
You could be praying. I don't know. It's a little different for us.
There's a difference of what you can do in your room and in public, Redbirtus. She is in her room. She's allowed to do whatever she wants.
Corna, have you ever heard of a group called the Spooniers?
No?
Well, this is Rad's sister. I'm sure you've met in passing, maybe.
I think I've seen her around.
Mm-hmm.
So they told me that there's a resistance group kind of doing the same stuff that you and I are doing now, coming here, like trying to find organizing, political organizing. And anyway, Lily here says that Kiara was part of this resistance group years ago.
Okay. I mean, that's not terribly surprising.
No, I mean, Kiara's good people, and it's not totally surprising, but Lily was doing some research into members of the resistance group that have died, and well, she thinks that Kiara was killed by the same person that has killed about 24 other resistance members.
Or responsible in some way.
So it wasn't just like a random thing.
No.
It was a targeted thing.
It was a targeted thing, and the retaliation that came after it might have been connected to whoever organized it.
What do you mean? Say more about the retaliation.
Do you want to tell him, Corna?
What? What?
About what happened to you?
I mean... So... Wait, so they don't know what happened to me?
No,
It's your story to tell.
I didn't say anything.
I'm surprised they didn't ask.
What's your story to tell?
Well,
There's well, overall, in Aelandia, we come from a lot of different backgrounds that are not always easy to talk about. So we give enough time for people to, trust one another.
I'm a thief.
But he's a good boy. We give him treats every now and again.
A rue.
You just want a roux? That's gross. It's just flour and butter. Okay.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Anyways,
where... She looks at Shay. Where do I start?
I can start if you want to. I know this is hard.
Yeah. If you
I'll turn
wouldn't.
and look at Rad and Rianne and Lily. The reason why I said that the solved bit on this list is questionable is because someone did take responsibility, or was, I guess, accused and convicted and given the responsibility for the murder. But I don't know. Solved makes it sound like they for sure got the right person. And if all this is true, that whoever killed all these people is the person that killed Kiara, then they did not convict the right person in Kiara's trial. Because Kiara was Korna's wife,
Oh,
and Korna is the one that paid for it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Now I will be angry at you later, Shay, for that if.
What? I mean, I've spent a decade trying to figure out how the fuck. I. The if has always been there. I mean,
I spent 10 years thinking that I had at least one person who knew the actual truth.
I was at the trial. They presented enough evidence to convict you.
Did
Then
they? That was like a sham of a trial.
what was I supposed to think? She was my best friend.
That maybe the person who loved her and that you'd spent years also being friends with wasn't a fucking murderer?
Dude, obviously, I haven't been convinced that you were a murderer. I wouldn't be traveling with you if I was convinced that you were a murderer. But there's always been a small part of me that was like, what if the reason that Corn is so detached all the time is because there's this small part of her that can do really violent shit, and maybe she doesn't remember it or something. Like there's always that like 0.1% if that I don't know. It was getting smaller and smaller and smaller, spending time with you and seeing how all of that affected you. And this, I mean,
All
I
right.
feel like shit, man.
It's okay. I will not be mad at you later, I promise.
I appreciate that.
But let's just say my my time in prison was not a happy one.
Understandable.
Yeah,
As you can probably see.
yeah, I didn't mean to dictate what you have to do with your body, but I I had seen the face ones, and I wouldn't have been able to continue talking if I could have continued to see the body ones, because that's horrific. And I'm sorry. Maybe, oh fuck, is that like not a tactful way to say that?
No, you're okay.
That's, that's fucked up.
So I'm sorry to bring this up, but or to interrupt this. But since she was your wife, Corna, did you see anything odd? You know,
Odd.
around the time. You know, hooded figures, her being on edge, um, any sort of clue, you know, something that just seemed off when you were out at the temple or something weird that happened in town.
No, Kiara was always. If you needed help, Kiara would help you if it killed her.
For real.
Which is an unfortunate way to say that, but I just always assumed that was exactly what happened. Was someone asked for help and she agreed, and that
Something
wasn't
else.
actually what they wanted. I don't know why, but
Was she helping anyone around the time that she was murdered?
no one specifically. Like, I got up in the morning and we had an argument, and I went to work, and I left work, and I went the long way home to avoid people and more arguments, and then I got home and it was too late.
Well, I know this is hard to recount all of this, but what did you argue about, if you
The
can
same,
remember?
the same thing we always argued about. I just, I needed her to let me know when she used our money to help people. Not because I wanted her to stop or anything like that. I just needed to know how much money we needed to continue to live our lives.
Hmm.
But she'd always feel guilty about it and then not tell me, and then I'd turn down an extra shift and we'd have to space our meals out for the weekend to make it through the next week. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah, little things.
So it's likely that she may have been helping one of our friends then. I'm so sorry to have brought this to your family.
no, it's okay. I'm sure she didn't regret it at all.
Yeah. It's still it has it has left it has impacted you both. Uh, and I give a glance to Shay as well. Uh, Greatly. But yeah, I just turned to Lily. Do we do we know if we were doing anything around that time? Um, Maybe we'll have to check some of like our records, but
Yeah, I mean, we can look. I don't know. It was like 10 years ago. I don't know how detailed our records are of that time, but I can take a look.
yeah, well, just a clue, maybe, and then we can find out who was actually over there, or if we still have someone over there. So, because I don't remember, I've been a little preoccupied these past. How long has it been? 7 years.
For what?
Since we've been in the Stolen Lands,
Something like that. Like
7 or 8 years.
maybe now it's 7 years because we just did, I think, 3 more kingdom turns, but it was like closer to 6.5 last time I checked.
Yeah.
It is 6 years and 8 months since the kingdom was founded. So, including book 1 stuff, probably a good 7 years.
So yeah, I was still in Rostov. So maybe we have to ask through our ranks, and see what we were doing then. I'm sure. I'm sure someone knows something. I'm sure someone has written something down. But this is probably our best lead, Lily.
I mean, you could probably figure out stuff now. If any of the guards or wardens that are working there now are the same ones that were working there before, it seems at least one of the more disturbing pieces of this would be that if this was, what was the word Rian used? Like framing, if this was a framing, and Corna was framed intentionally by someone, I mean, that's not a normal way to treat a prisoner. So if they thought that maybe she was involved, maybe the wardens knew about the hit. I don't know. I'm not really good at puzzles.
To be honest, neither am I.
You're the smart one, Corna.
Is there?
What do you think?
Do you happen to do anything to anyone? Cross anyone? A guard? A nobleman? Someone that you just happen to piss off?
I just assumed they were mad that I killed Kiara, because everybody loved Kiara.
I mean, that's a lot, though.
I mean, it's easy to incite a mob, but someone has to throw the match.
I mean, I know the warden was not a good man. I knew what I was in for before I even got there, really.
Well, it would at least be a place to start, I guess.
What do you think, Rianne?
Probably a good plan to just kind of see what we can find out. Unfortunately, I don't have enough information to give you more right now. It, I'm always the one to go about framing people, finding stuff out about them when they're alive, and I have more information to kind of research them and stalk them and things like that. So, going off of, well, 10 years ago, it's going to be very, very difficult to keep track of things.
Yeah.
We might as well try. There's no reason not to.
There might be a thread that leads to something else.
Absolutely. No matter how good you are, something always slips through the cracks. There's no way for there to be a perfect crime. God knows I've tried.
That's why we don't commit crimes. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah, well, no, that's slightly wrong, but that's fine too.
As a man of myth and legend, um, who is part man
you.
and part bat,
Oh God, fuck
he
off.
said, "Crime does not pay."
Yeah, how do you think I bought all these bottles of wine? It pays pretty damn well.
I didn't pay for any of these, and I reach into the bag and I pull out a green bottle, the red cap,
Good for you.
and I just put it back down. Well, I wonder if it would be a good idea, and if you all would all be willing, um, to meet Mary and Lily uh, in your hometown. Maybe give you two a week or two head start.
Beat where?
If we go and investigate along with Mary and Lily, it's up to you, Corna.
Go back to High Delve. I okay. Just it'll just be hard.
Understandable.
I know, and it is again. It's completely up to you. Um, I want to, even before knowing the deep connection that was between us. Now, I want to see the people on this list, that the person be brought to justice, to find out what really happened to them and to stop it. Um, and apart from being a spoonier, and this is something that shouldn't happen to people who help others, especially those in need. So to repay the unintentional suffering that our band, and I gesture over to Lily, has caused you. Um, um, we want to do this. So know that we are sorry for the suffering we caused.
Oh no, I don't. I don't blame you at all. You're good people doing good things. Can't be mad at you for that. If you
I'll agree to
somehow
second part of that.
seduced her into some weird cult thing, maybe then I'd be mad at you.
No cult.
Don't show her rails. Don't show her rails.
That might be a cult, and that's all Quinn.
Yeah.
And he's been there for like a week solid, so we're not gonna. We're just gonna wait until it comes back.
I thought he said he had a family thing.
He took his phone to dry hill. All right, let's not get.
No, 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 no.
Anyway.
Now, the real question is it worth the money to get a commission of Quinray with rave sticks and a pacifier?
Yes.
And just we
No.
have to make sure to include him armorless with two tattooed handprints on his chest.
Perfect.
And
For
then,
sure needs a mesh shirt.
yeah, and it also has to say on the upper teat, lay on, and then hands.
I really do need to someday commission Shay with her good luck knuckles.
That's good.
Ooh, we got a commission
Just
Rad,
all good.
Mary, and Lily.
Anyway,
I'll just
does
commission
anyone
all of my
mind
dead
if
characters.
we sort of like put a little cap on this explosive scene?
Hmm.
And what the fuck is that?
I think the cat
Schrodinger.
Holy
It's
crap.
Clayton. He's answering a calls.
That was loud.
Yeah, dude.
He's not in this room.
That's insane.
There's a wall between us.
Your cat's nuts, and I love it.
That's wild.
Yes, I want to continue to be able to do justice to it, and I'm really fading out.
That's fair. I
fine.
agree there. I'm
We
sorry.
can do more next week.
Yes, there's a lot
That's
more to
true.
be done, which is part of the issue that I want to be able to continue contributing.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
I'm just an old lady who wakes up at 5:45 in the morning.
Well, that's the baby's fault.
It is the baby's fault.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mostly these dogs' faults.
Ugh, I agree with you. Kiddo wakes up at 5:36 every morning. I wake up at 5 to go to work. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, it's super tired.
Well, at least you're 2 hours behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's
it
not
doesn't
painful.
help because I couldn't fall asleep till almost 1 last night, so I had 4 hours of sleep.
Gross.
Ugh.
I just meant generally for us.
Oh yes, yeah. Technically speaking,
It's only 8:19 or whatever, and you're just like,
true. Yes,
okay,
it's fine. I'm the old man who's also the youngest in this group.
yeah.
It's true. It's true.
All right, so we'll be back next week with more of this.
Right.
Murder, mystery, sadness dinner.
Next on Maury.
And we haven't even had the main course yet. We're still on pre-dinner drinks.
It's just
Fuck.
wine. The whole dinner is wine.
The whole
okay.
dinner's wine.
There's
and
no
we're
food,
together.
it's just wine.
A
Yeah,
fuller
that's a
bodied
good nap.
wine, and then for dessert, a fruity wine.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, we'll
Leanne
be
is
back
in
next
heaven.
week. The week after that, Quinray will be back.
Yes.
And then the week after that will be off, because I will be schmoving.
Woohoo!
On the
So
note
the
of
Kakalakis.
scheduling,
Come here.
Yes.
Get over here. We need to
Yeah,
play
get over
Pathfinder
here.
person.
I'll get there eventually. But on the note of scheduling, July 12th, I understand, is a very important day for at least a portion of this party.
Indeed.
Yep.
So I would like to run a game that day for you all.
Ooh. Twin's got a twin, you know? On the twin
Yeah.
day.
On the twin day.
So I like to run one, and it's weirdly apt that I'm bringing it up today because I was planning on it being a murder mystery as well. But one that's actually solved that day. Maybe not like a
Interesting.
multi-session kind of situation.
Interesting.
I will bring out more details as we get closer, but just so you're all aware.
Okay.
And Bruder and I play twinsies.
You may. We will also have an additional player in that group.
Ooh, a surprise guest.
I don't know how surprised to be, but one of you calls her wife, the other that calls her sister. So decide. Also, we lost Shay.
Shay.
She was so excited that Kelly's going to play that she disappeared.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So yes, keep that on your calendar.
There she
I
is.
froze. Who's the surprise guest?
You call her sister a lot.
Oh,
My wife.
My
My wife.
wife.
I'm into that.
Good.
Well,
Super
sweet.
Yep.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Good. Keep that on your schedule.
I'll try
Yeah.
to drink a lot of coffee
So much coffee.
so that I won't fade out.
Right.
Good.
Don't go fading. Tonight. We're gonna RP like we've never RP'd before. Woo woo woo.
Woo 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 indeed.
I mean, I feel like that's what we did tonight.
Yeah, seriously, what the hell?
That was awesome. I loved it. That was so
Mhm.
cool.
Very cool.
It was definitely one of those situations where Rianne was there, but I'm glad he was there.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of love how Rad's family is in the midst of a lot of different things, and I'm starting to see like sort of like where all the threads are starting to connect. So that was awesome.
That is very, very cool. That is very cool.
I did my best.
It's true. And we're gonna bring Mary to a low key town. It's gonna be great.
That seems like a bad idea.
You're also apparently bringing a convicted criminal to the place where she was convicted. I'm sure it'll go
that
fine.
convicted criminal. That. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean,
Just-
Not every convicted criminal is you, Rian.
yeah, Rian.
Yeah, I got a pretty long
You're not
sheet.
the
Thank you
only
very much.
lawbreaker in the world, Rian.
Yeah, Rian.
I know. I've hired. plenty of them.
Just the boss of the lawbreakers.
I wonder if we could, there's a special like disguising like hat that we can put on, like hat of disguise.
Yes, there is a hat of disguise, but what?
Should have her wear it, and then she'll be disguised.
Gross burp, Mr. Dog.
Oh god.
Okay, then.
Ace. Ace. Come
We
here.
will buy you a hat of disguise or something like that.
Well, get it for Quarna.
Okay, we'll
not
buy
for
her
me.
a hat of disguise or something like that.
Hi, Ace.
You doggy
Bye,
Mr.
Happy boy.
Buddy.
boy. He's a doggy boy. He's a doggy boy. Yeah.
Was he the snoozy boy?
Yeah, he was the one talking. They're both here, though. I don't know if you can see now.
You mean that absence of light?
There's two of them.
There's a spooky deer,
That's
And a buddy.
And a buddy.
and they're just hanging out on the bed with you.
Yeah.
In my spot. God damn it.
Oh, gross with the burps.
What?
What a very good boy.
This good boy.
All right, I should probably download that and upload it to YouTube so
We
Quinn
can
can watch it.
That's probably a
Yes.
good call. Yes.
All right.
Well, we did pretty good. No like random rabbit holes that led to sex jokes. We almost got there. We got to the line.
How'd I do? Did I get details right?
You did great. Good job.
How did I do? Did I follow the lead?
You did. It was great. You were always the one I worry about.
I drank the wine.
I was
figured
worried
I'm
you were
like-
gonna like read the list and then like stick it in your pocket and not mention it at all to anyone, and then you were like, "No, Rianne needs to see this list," and I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, I'm like,
He's
oh,
sharing the list. I'm so happy.
I'm like, oh, I have a guy for this.
Yes, yes, you do. And he knows a guy for everything else.
That's true. Yeah, fix this list.
Very, very happy. All right.
Hello, doggo.
Bye, stream. We'll see you next week for more of this.
Bye, the internet.
Bye.
Hey, Doug.